If you're a fan of high-octane action, intricate spy plots, and jaw-dropping stunts, you've probably seen Mission: Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise's final outing as Ethan Hunt delivered everything fans love about this franchise. Impossible missions, breathtaking stunts, international espionage, and heart-pounding tension. But now that you've experienced this cinematic thrill ride, what should you watch next? Today, we're diving deep into 10 films that capture that same adrenaline-pumping energy and spy thriller excellence that made Mission: Impossible: The Final Reckoning so unforgettable. Let's jump right in with our countdown of the ultimate espionage thrillers that will satisfy your craving for more impossible missions. First up is the Bourne Identity, the film that revolutionized the modern spy thriller. Directed by Doug Liman, this 2002 classic stars Matt Damon as Jason Bourne, an amnesiac assassin trying to discover his true identity while evading his former employers. What makes the Bourne Identity similar to the Mission: Impossible franchise is its commitment to realistic action sequences and high-stakes espionage. The film delivers a first-rate thriller with grit and intrigue to spare. Critics praised it as a transcendent summer movie that doesn't condescend to its audience. The centerpiece of the film is a bravura car chase through Paris that rivals any of Ethan Hunt's vehicular escapades. Like Hunt, Bourne relies on his training and instincts rather than fancy gadgets, creating a sense of genuine danger and excitement throughout the film. The Bourne Identity kickstarted a franchise that would continue to influence action filmmaking for decades, just as the Mission: Impossible series has done. Its handheld camera work and visceral fight choreography set new standards for realism in the genre. Next on our list is John Wick from 2014, starring Keanu Reeves as a retired hitman forced back into the criminal underworld after losing everything he holds dear. While not strictly an espionage thriller, John Wick shares Mission: Impossible's DNA through its meticulously choreographed action sequences and world-building. The film creates a fascinating underworld with its own rules and institutions, similar to the IMF and its adversaries. Critics celebrated Reeves' performance as a marvel of physicality and stern determination, noting that he moves with the grace of an old-school swashbuckler. Director Chad Stahelski, who was Reeves' stunt double for Point Break and The Matrix, brings a stuntman's eye to the action, creating what some critics called gun fu, a mesmerizing blend of martial arts and gunplay. Like Ethan Hunt, John Wick is a legendary operative with near-mythical status in his world. Both characters display superhuman determination and resilience, taking punishment that would incapacitate ordinary mortals, yet continuing their missions regardless of the cost. Christopher Nolan's mind-bending spy thriller Tenet takes the espionage genre into bold new territory. Starring John David Washington as the protagonist, the film follows a secret agent who must master the art of time inversion to prevent a future catastrophe. Like Mission: Impossible, Tenet features globe-trotting adventure, elaborate heists, and spectacular set pieces. One critic described it as slam-bang action-adventure that answers the question, what if Christopher Nolan made a James Bond film? The film ups the ante on Mission: Impossible by making the impossibility not just physical but quantum physical. With its complex plotting and high-concept action sequences, Tenet pushes the boundaries of the spy thriller genre just as the later Mission: Impossible films have done. While some found the film's science challenging to follow, most agreed that as an intellectual exercise, Tenet is very interesting. The film's commitment to practical effects and real stunts mirrors the Mission: Impossible franchise's dedication to authenticity in its action sequences. Daniel Craig's first outing as James Bond in Casino Royale reinvented the character with a grittier, more physically demanding approach that parallels Tom Cruise's commitment to practical stunts in the Mission: Impossible series. This 2006 film follows Bond as he earns his license to kill and embarks on a mission to bankrupt terrorist financier Le Chiffre in a high-stakes poker game. Like Mission: Impossible, Casino Royale balances intense action sequences with tense psychological drama. Critics praised the film's promise of clean, crisp excitement delivered without the interference of whiplash-inducing camera pyrotechnics. One reviewer noted that with this film, the reset button has been pressed in the manner of Batman Begins, creating a more grounded and vulnerable hero. The film's opening parkour chase sequence set a new standard for action filmmaking, just as Mission: Impossible has consistently raised the bar with each new installment. Both franchises excel at creating memorable set pieces that push their protagonists to their physical limits. Atomic Blonde stars Charlize Theron as Agent Lorraine Broughton, an MI6 operative sent into Cold War Berlin to retrieve a priceless dossier. Director David Leitch, a former stuntman like John Wick director Chad Stahelski, brings the same attention to detail to the film's brutal action sequences. What connects Atomic Blonde to the Mission Impossible franchise is its commitment to spectacular action set pieces and complex espionage plotting. The film features repeated breathless sequences involving hand-to-hand combat, assassination attempts, and a wicked climactic car chase. Based on the graphic novel The Coldest City, the film maintains a stylish aesthetic throughout. Critics praise the lush visuals, smart choreography, and extreme commitment on the part of Theron. Like Tom Cruise, Theron performed many of her own stunts, adding authenticity to the film's visceral action sequences. The film's Cold War setting provides a tense backdrop of paranoia and betrayal, themes that have been explored throughout the Mission Impossible series as well. Both franchises excel at creating worlds where trust is a scarce commodity and betrayal lurks around every corner. The Greyman stars Ryan Gosling as Court Gentry, a skilled CIA operative who becomes the target of a manhunt led by his psychopathic former colleague, played by Chris Evans. Directed by the Russo brothers of Marvel fame, this Netflix blockbuster delivers the kind of globe-trotting action-adventure that Mission Impossible fans crave. Like Ethan Hunt, Court Gentry is a highly trained operative forced to go rogue when he uncovers dark secrets within his own agency. The film takes viewers on a journey across spectacular international locations, another hallmark of the Mission Impossible franchise. Critics noted that between the Russos behind the camera and the talent in front of it, The Greyman is a fun and exciting action thriller. Some even suggested it feels almost like a pitch to direct Bond, praising it as a better Bond film than at least the last two entries from that franchise. With its combination of hand-to-hand combat, vehicle chases, and elaborate shootouts, The Greyman offers the variety of action sequences that Mission Impossible fans have come to expect. Both franchises understand that variety is the spice of action filmmaking. Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond, No Time to Die, shares much in common with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Both films represent the culmination of their respective protagonists' journey, with high emotional stakes alongside the typical world-saving narrative. The film follows Bond as he comes out of retirement for one last mission, involving a mysterious villain armed with dangerous new technology. Critics called it an epic, explosive, and emotional swan song and a mammoth, 163-minute extravaganza that audiences will be enjoying for decades. Like the later Mission Impossible films, No Time to Die balances spectacular action with character development, showing us a more emotionally vulnerable hero. One critic noted that the film gives us a Bond with more emotion, and maybe even humanity than many of his predecessors seem to possess. Both Craig's Bond and Cruise's Hunt have evolved from relatively straightforward action heroes into more complex characters whose personal lives are deeply intertwined with their professional missions. This emotional depth adds resonance to the spectacular set pieces that both franchises deliver. Salt stars Angelina Jolie as Evelyn Salt, a CIA officer accused of being a Russian sleeper agent. Like Ethan Hunt in various Mission Impossible installments, Salt must go on the run to clear her name while uncovering a larger conspiracy. The film excels in areas that Mission Impossible fans will appreciate: elaborate disguises, improvised escapes, and tactical ingenuity. Critics praised Jolie's performance, noting that as a fierce super spy and mistress of many disguises, she brings a kick-ass element to this brisk, professionally assembled thriller. Some reviewers acknowledged the film's over-the-top nature, calling it gloriously absurd with holes in it big enough to drive the whole movie through. But this embrace of spectacular, physics-defying action is part of what makes both Salt and the Mission Impossible films so entertaining. Jolie performs many of her own stunts in the film, bringing a physical commitment that rivals Cruise's legendary dedication. Both actors understand that this physical authenticity is crucial to selling the film's more outlandish moments. While Edge of Tomorrow is more science fiction than spy thriller, this 2014 Tom Cruise vehicle captures much of what makes his Mission Impossible performances so compelling. Cruise plays Lieutenant Colonel Bill Cage, an officer caught in a time loop during an alien invasion, forced to relive the same battle until he can find a way to win. One critic noted that the film is the ultimate metaphor about Tom Cruise's career. You can't kill this guy, he'll just keep coming. The same indomitable spirit characterizes Ethan Hunt throughout the Mission Impossible series. The film was praised as an entertaining, effects-driven black comedy and a playful and frantic science fiction twister which mimics the best Aliens, The Matrix, Groundhog Day, while offering something fresh and, most importantly, thrilling. Like the best Mission Impossible films, Edge of Tomorrow balances spectacular action with moments of humor and character development. Cruise's transformation from coward to hero over the course of the film showcases his range as an actor, just as the Mission Impossible series has allowed him to explore different facets of Ethan Hunt's personality. Finally, we have Rogue Nation, a film that follows a team of disavowed special agents facing off against a network of highly skilled operatives called the Syndicate. With the team's official backing removed, they must operate in the shadows to prevent a series of escalating terrorist attacks. Director Christopher McQuarrie understands that these films are essentially tall tales with a sense of humor, skating on the edge of parody at all times while maintaining a poker face. Critics praise the film as a succession of riveting sequences, filmed in a way that's active and yet elegant. One reviewer noted that the camera keeps moving within shots, but not in a subjective, jittery way, but rather like a third-person narrator calmly emphasizing the essential points. This commitment to clear, comprehensible action filmmaking is a hallmark of the best Mission Impossible films as well. The film was described as a diverting ride, played out against spectacular locations, that repackages a whole bunch of familiar elements and attitudes. A little latter-day Bond, a little Jason Bourne, a little John le Carré, a little 1950s Hitchcock. This blend of influences creates a film that, like Mission Impossible, honors the spy thriller tradition while pushing it in new directions. There you have it, 10 films that capture the spirit of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning through their combination of spectacular action, complex espionage plots, and charismatic performances. Whether you're drawn to the practical stunts of the Bourne Identity, the mind-bending concepts of Tenet, or the emotional depth of No Time to Die, there's something on this list for every fan of high-octane spy thrillers. What these films share with the Mission Impossible franchise is their commitment to pushing boundaries, whether physical, technical, or narrative. They understand that the best action films don't just thrill us, they make us care about the characters performing those impossible feats. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest recommendations. And drop a comment below telling us which of these films is your favorite, or if there's another film you think deserves a spot on this list. Until next time, choose to accept whatever mission comes your way. This video will self-destruct in 5 seconds.